Hello Smash Com Tourney of Tourney fans, and welcome to the award ceremony video of Series 3 and what will be the last video of Series 3. And here's what we're going to cover today. Firstly, we're going to go through the awards of the AIs, so like who's MVP, Spartan Warrior, and basically who's had the best stats all through this series and who is going to end up where, not to mention who's going to get relegated. That's up first, but then after that we're going to find out who has won the Growth Tourney. So we'll get to that in a bit and I'll explain exactly what that is if you don't know. After that we've got the Synergy Final, followed by the Valiant Final, which is two in-tourney tournaments. In video tournaments, in award ceremony tournaments. Like these are special ones, so you'd have to watch all the way through this video to find out where they are, or it'll probably chapter them at the bottom. Either way, we've got those two coming up, and then finally I will reveal who has won the Ultimate Dream Team Championship. So first things first, for all of the Ultimate Dream Team people who are watching this, firstly, hello. Secondly, the 4 trophies that you could win, and you'll find out if you win in today's video. Here's a quick reminder. You've got the Growth Tournament. So the Growth, Synergy and Valiant Tourney are all brand new tournaments. So the Growth Tourney is for the most improved team. So the person whose fighters, who picked sort of low-end fighters, but they ended up doing really well and increased their way up the rankings. So whoever's got the best improved team will win the Growth Tourney. Then the Synergy Tourney. So as we found out last time, or maybe the video before that, Gorilla Limon are the team who won Series 3. So at the start of the series I asked you guys who to support, and 2 of you picked Gorilla Limon, which means you 2 must now face off and see who will win the Synergy Tourney. 5v5, so it should be very interesting. You guys know who you are and you've picked your fighters. I'm looking forward to that one. And then similarly afterwards, we've got the Valiant Tourney, which is the knockout tournament that again we brought in this series that's been playing through Series 3. So we have our 2 finalists. We have Mega Drive and we have the Mighty Clucks, and we're going to go see them go head to head to see who wins the Valiant Tourney. And then of course the Ultimate Dream Team Championship, which is the big trophy, which is getting the most points through the whole of Series 3. And for the first time, you guys got to choose your star fighters, and by doing so, that means that you could get extra points for picking certain fighters. And it's worked out for someone, and you could probably all guess who it is, but it is between 2, so it's going to be quite interesting. But first up, let's start with the fighters, and probably the least exciting thing to cover for the end of Series 3. Now I've got 2 screens here, so I need to make sure that I'm covered. First things first, let's start with the Crystal Leagues, as going into Series 4 there won't be that many compact Crystal Leagues, as it were, because a lot of them were won in this series. So let's remind ourselves of the 5 winners of Series 3. First of all, we had Isabel, who won the Topaz League, which was great news for the Fruity Fellas, who were the only team to have Isabel in their team. So well done to Third Lemon there. Next up was Banjo and Kazooie, who won the Opal League, which was a crazy shock, to be honest, because there was the likes of Ganondorf in that league, who, you know, is the person to win everything. So the fact that Banjo managed to pull that one out of the bag was excellent. Then of course there was Solid Snake, who last series managed to lose out on the Emerald League to Simon, and he was on 4 wins for ages. So to see Snake bounce back, and for this season to have an incredible Beta League, was awesome. So well done to Snake for getting the Emerald League. And then next up in the same tournament we had Steve, who won the Ruby League, which once again benefited Third Lemon quite a bit, as she was chasing first place at that time. It was intense, but managed to capitalise on Steve. You know what? Ash did as well. We will rock you. You had Steve, and you captained him for quite a while, so you also did pretty good. And then finally we have Sonic the Hedgehog, who, of course, I told everyone to pick him at the start of the series. Series 3, got to pick Sonic because he was already on 4 Sapphire wins and all he needed was 1 win. And my god, did he wait until the last tourney to get that win. He had Sephiroth, Shulk and Villager all on his tail, and all he had to do was get 1. And the only reason he got it was because Steve from the Ruby League moved over to the Sapphire League after he won the Ruby and managed to clash with Sonic. So Sonic had the chance to beat Steve, and he did. So Sonic won the Sapphire Crystal League. So how does that look for the Crystal Leagues going forward? Firstly, the Amethyst and Citron League, which, if I press the right buttons, I'd find the Amethyst and Citron League. So, as you can see there, the Amethyst League has no one in it. No one even won that. It's just one of those dead Crystal Leagues because there's so many Gamma and Delta League fighters in there. So, unless they all get promoted to the leagues next series, then that could still be quite a dead league. The Citron League does have a few people in it. We've got Dark Samus on 2 and a few people on 1, but nothing to write home about. Looks like there could be an Alpha League fight, but obviously there's going to be lots of changes in Series 4, so maybe not. Maybe no one is going to win that. Next up is the Emerald and Obsidian League, and as you can see, the Emerald League is empty. I'm going to be saying that a lot. But the only one that's not empty is the Obsidian League, which Kirby has 4 wins to their name, which is pretty intense because Kirby almost had the opportunity to obviously win that Obsidian League if they faced Simon or someone else in the final. It was Snake. It was Snake in the Grand Championship, and Kirby didn't do that, but Kirby did go on to win the Grand Championship. So Kirby being Grand Champion should be a pretty good pick for Series 4. Then the Opal and Ruby League. Ruby League, absolutely dead at the moment. The Opal League, now Yoshi has 2 wins, but Yoshi also gets relegated. So, yeah, probably not the best pick, unless obviously he moves up, but maybe go for someone else. Maybe Ganondorf, who knows. And then finally, we have the Sapphire and Topaz League, and like I said, them two are both dead at the moment. So, make sure when you're picking your team for next series, you see if there's a lot of Alpha League fighters or a lot of Beta League fighters in one league, then they may be good picks in there, but at the moment, there is no obvious one, bar the Obsidian League, so that pretty much covers the Crystal Leagues. That's quite easy. Next, we're going to talk about the Alpha and Beta League and what happened there, and we'll start with the Alpha League, which we had Ganondorf as the top Alpha League fighter, so he gets that accolade. Whee! No one's doing speeches, I'm not allowing it today. So, anyway, yeah, Ganondorf was top of the Alpha League, which obviously means he was top elsewhere, which, you know, we'll cover in a minute. But well done to Ganondorf. Sucked to be Toon Link, Ike and Pikachu, the 3 lowest fighters in the Alpha League. So if you had any of them in your team, get rid of them next time. But that was expected. We knew Ganondorf was going to be high, but who was the best Beta League fighter? And I can tell you now, it's between 3 people, isn't it? It's between Snake, it's between DK, and it's between Captain Falcon. And the top Beta League fighter was Sir Solid Snake, who, yeah, that's the order I said. Quite a spoiler. But yeah, Solid Snake become the first Beta League fighter. First time he got our best Beta League fighter. Which obviously means he'll be in the Alpha League next season. But well done to Snake, DK and Captain Falcon, who were the obvious favourites throughout the whole thing. They were the only 3 left standing in the Grand Championship as well, which was quite nice to see. You know, quite sentimental after a long Series 3. But who's next? What should I talk about next? That's top Alpha, top Beta, maybe the top of the league. And we all know that that was Ganondorf. So there's Ganondorf there. In first place, he was 4 points above Sephiroth. Not Sephiroth, Byleth, sorry, who remained in second. But it was Sephiroth who moved down to third. That's a first. He has literally been first for the last 2 series. So Sephiroth on 21, 7 points behind Ganondorf now. Not an amazing tournament, but Ganondorf becoming the MVP for the first ever time. And a lot of you had Ganondorf, and a lot of you star-fighted Ganondorf quite a lot. So, as you guys know, he did you guys pretty good. And then here is the overall rankings of the fighters, which obviously it might be quite hard for you guys to see. I understand that, unless you have a big TV. So yeah, Ganondorf, Byleth, Sephiroth, King Dedede, Simon, Steve, Olimar and Banjo and Kazooie have all become All-Stars for next series. So, as I've explained before, you can only have 1 All-Star in your team. So, as the Tech don't have an All-Star, it means that Steve will end up going to the Tech and will have to trade for the Tech's best fighter, which is Pokemon Trainer, as he's ranked 9th. So, Pokemon Trainer will be going to the dudes. There's a spoiler alert for Series 4. A couple of other good fighters in the B and C tier. So the B and C tier will be pros, which there can only be 2 in each team. So the fact that Gorilla Limon and Vipers have 4 fighters in their teams, they're going to have to get rid of 2 of them to go to another team to kind of balance out the teams a little bit. And yeah, a couple of people. Let's look at who's down the bottom there. Lots of -3s. Cloud, Rosalina and Luma, Lucario, Link, Rob, and Wii Fit Trainer all dodged a bullet in being relegated. But it's only time now to stop the music, cut, and go to the 16 fighters who got relegated. And we have Duck Hunt Duo, Zelda, Pikachu, Ike, Toon Link, Chrom, Sora, Luigi, Wario, Greninja, Corrin, Yoshi, Ness, Roy, Falco, and Roy the Boy, everyone's favourite person to be relegated and to probably be back in Series 4. So these are the 16 fighters who will go down into the draft tournament, so the Gamma and Delta League. Now, if you're in the Gamma League, it means you get 2 opportunities to fight in the next tournament. Let me explain. So if you win the Gamma League, or you come in the top 8, then you automatically go up into the main leagues. But if you fail to get in that top 8, then you'll go to the Delta League and face the rest of the fighters in the Delta League, which is everyone who's on the right. So your Warriors, Greninja, etc., etc., all the way down to Roy the Boy. So they only have 1 opportunity to get through. So they had a tough ride, and a couple of them really tried, but it just wasn't enough, really, was it? Anyway, moving on swiftly, we are now going to talk about the Spartan. And the Spartan is the best fighter of Series 3. So not overall, not MVP, but the best fighter of Series 3. And I can now reveal that the best fighter of Series 3 was Ganondorf again. So shockingly, the MVP managed to win 19 and lose 7. So it was on a total of 12. And because his wins was more than DK, he was the best fighter to pick this series. DK, 18 wins, 6 losses. So Ganondorf got more wins, he deserves first place. But well done to DK and Captain Falcon. And if you had them in your team, what an amazing choice, because they were quite low tiered. I can't remember where they were tiered, but they were low. It was incredible. And let's have a quick look there. There's the whole season. So again, you guys probably can't see. It's probably quite small. I can only try my best. But the worst fighters that you could have picked were actually Ike and Pikachu, who were both on -6 and only got 2 wins to their name. So there was no one who got 0 wins, which was great. Even Rob, in the end, managed to get 3 wins. But yeah, Pikachu and Ike were the worst. Source and Tech. Ugh. God, that was awful. Top 5 was also Simon and Steve. They were incredible. Obviously, there were some crystal wins in that with... Oh, only Steve, really. Steve and Snake. The other fighters all didn't need Crystal League wins. They just won. Well done to them. Anyway, we move on to... I don't know what's next, to be honest, because I made that pretty big on the screen. Okay, it is the Warrior accolade. So the Warrior, similar to the Spartan, was a new accolade added in Series 2. Spartan being the best fighter of the series, and Warrior being the most improved. So who was the Warrior? And I can now reveal that it was Captain Falcon, who got +41. So he was ranked, wherever he was ranked, 41 places below where he ended up. So Captain Falcon beating DK by winning that last tourney and moving up by quite a bit. And that win for Captain Falcon is possibly what has changed everything in the whole of Smash Com Tourney of Tourneys Series 3, to be honest. But he managed to steal the Warrior accolade in that last dying tournament. And if you had the likes of Captain Falcon and DK in your team, you got +41 and +38. So you'd have smashed it. It would have been awesome. And here's everyone else. So Pikachu and Ike, again, they were the 2 fighters who fell the furthest. Pikachu 25 places and Ike was 20. But yeah, obviously you will all find these on the social medias, which I don't really post to now. I'm just going to send it to the group chat and they can all have a look there. But you can see who had the most impressive tournaments. And this is where the Growth Tourney is about to be announced. And let me explain why. Because if you had the likes of Captain Falcon and DK, like I said, you had a very good improved team. So we are going to go through the Growth Tourney right now. Was your team the most improved? Let's start with our bottom 5, if I can find it, which I can find it. So now you'll see it on your screen. We start with the bottom 4. I said 5, but there were 16 of you, not 15. So our bottom 4 was the Wonder Boys and Austin, who his team lost 49 places. So, really bad. Compared to everyone else, you picked a really good team and they all did pretty poorly. So, sorry to the Wonder Boys who come last. In 15th, we had Gizmo United in joint place with 14th. Let's say joint 14th. With Ash and We Will Rock You with -17. And then in 13th place, Longboy Bob and the Staroids. Return of the Roy Die. Losing Roy the Boy again. It's painful. Every season you lose Roy the Boy. And yeah, there's the bottom four. So, as you can see, it's in the red because it's in the minus. But we do get some pluses, don't worry. As we look at our next four, with the Bundesquad, Jaff coming 12th on -6. OG Naif, wait, what? In 11th. Team Nuggets, 10th. Molly, your team actually not being as bad as you probably thought. And then the Push Truck Patriots and Benny P in 9th place. On to the next, and we've got some green. We're in the plus, but we start with Mega Drive, -2. Mega Drive, considering you did alright in Ultimate Dream Team, as we'll find out, yeah, your team still lost rank. And here's a shock. Boom Makalaka, Makawewi in 7th place, considering you had a bad Ultimate Dream Team. You actually picked some fighters who didn't lose their rank too much, only 1 place, so that's pretty cool. But then we move on to the plus people, and we start with the pit crew. Rachel, well done for getting +13. It must have been Inkling, because you've got Inkling in your team, right? Many apologies being sent to Rachel. Kept forgetting that Inkling was in your team, as you reminded me. Every series, I think I said, yeah, it's only in the Mighty Clucks. Big nice team. Yeah, completely forgot. These things happen. Anyway, on to another team, the Mighty Clucks, believe it or not, who were on +14. So, Big Nath coming in 5th there. And as we know, you were quite up there in Ultimate Dream Team. But notice how you don't see in the top 4 the people you kept to in an Ultimate Dream Team who were doing the best. I wonder if they're top 4. Let's find out as we start with 4th place. And Rosie in King K Rules with +24. And you did have a good tourney. Our winner from Series 2. But you did pick a team who managed to improve themselves up by 24 places, so well done to you. In 2nd, 3rd place, we've done 4th, we have Nippleback and Chode. So we're looking at one of the top 2 Ultimate Dream Team fighters. I know I've not got to that point yet, but you guys know that's going to happen. And we have Nippleback in 3rd place. So your team managed to move up by 61, which is really good, but that means that it wasn't enough to come 1st or 2nd. So you're thinking, who's left? And the Fruity Fellas, but who's the other guy? I can tell you who it is. And that person, holding on to their seatbelt right now, is going to be in 1st place, because in 2nd place is the Fruity Fellas. So our top 2 Ultimate Dream Team teams who battle it out to the very last in Ultimate Dream Team come 2nd and 3rd in the Growth Tourney, which means that the most improved team goes to Limon La Vida Loca and Jamie, one of our OG Series 1 contenders. Big fan of Gorilla Limon, who saw Gorilla Limon win the team tournament this time round. Managed to have the most improved team, and we're going to recap that team right now. Firstly, there's the full rankings, as you can see there. You'll find this all on social media if you want to pause it and have a quick look. There it is. But let's have a look at your team, Jamie, because you had Captain Falcon as your most improved fighter with +41. And as I said before, you had DK2. So +38 for DK, Joker +18, Sonic +7, which obviously that Crystal League helped him. +1 for Ice Climbers. Sephiroth moved down 2, but Sephiroth was always going to be a pain because he couldn't move up. He was never going to get you growth points. But nevertheless, you still won. Meta Knight lost you points, and so did Wii Fit Trainer, but you ended on 84, which means the growth trophy will be going to Jamie. So congratulations, Jamie. You are our first winner of the day. So, 1 trophy to you, my friend, with the opportunity to win another if you win the Synergy tourney, but we will see what happens there. But first, let's have a quick look at the team standings, because that's going to tee up the Synergy tourney, let's face it. And we start with, well, you guys kind of knew what was going to happen, and despite Gorilla Limon having a terrible last Beta League, they still managed to be 5 points above the Cosmo Vipers. And the only way the Cosmo Vipers could have caught them is if one of their fighters got a Crystal League win in the Grand Championship. But the only person who had the chance was Kirby, and Kirby's from the Gumtech. So, unfortunately, the Vipers came second, but Gorilla Limon came first. Fossil Fuels in third, Cockadoodle Dudes in fourth, the Shroom Dogs in fifth, Gumtech in sixth, Red Robots in 7th, and the Energy Source, my team, in 8th place. And do you know what? I've quickly got to cover this, because at the start of the series, I said... Can you guys just hear the goose and stuff? Really going for it, really honking. We are going to look at my predictions. So, I predicted that the Cockadoodle Dudes would come first, they came 4th. The Fossil Fuels would come 2nd, they come 3rd. The Red Robots come... 3rd, they come 7th, so that's terrible. The Energy Source I predicted were going to come 4th, and they come 8th. The Vipers 5th, they come 2nd. The Gumtech I predicted 6th, and they come 6th, so I'm the guy to ask, you know. The Shroom Dogs I predicted 7th, and they come 5th, and of course, my almighty one is I predicted Gorilla Limon would come last, and they won. So, well done to Gorilla Limon. Let's have a look at their team and who won it. And to be honest, it's quite shocking how they did, because they had Simon, who obviously become an all-star, ranked 5th, did really well. The two pros of Sonic and Dark Samus remained pros. Sonic actually moving up quite a bit further. Their other Alpha League fight was Toon Link, who ended up getting relegated. In the Beta League, there was Cloud, who come 43rd and just avoided relegation. DK did lots and lots of work for Gorilla Limon and ended up coming 17th, and I think he was either D1 or D2, so DK was an almighty pick. Joker in 24th, so Joker and DK, Joker being a brand new fighter, both of them guys become pros. So 4 pros in this team. And then of course there was Greninja, who also got relegated, so it was quite a balanced team, but that balanced team was enough to see Gorilla Limon win the tournament, which is pretty amazing, right? And we had 2 supporters of the Gorilla Limon, and that is Boom Makalaka and, well, Makawewe, welcome, and of course Jamie and Lim La Vida Loca. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch the synergy match between those teams, but first let's have a look what 5 fighters these guys have chosen, starting with alphabetically ordered Boom Makalaka, Makawewe. You've gone for, starting with Banjo and Kazooie, the Opal League winner, ranked 8th, becoming an all-star this series. Your second choice was Sonic, ranked 16th, 11 wins this series. Third choice, ex-MVP Sephiroth with 10 wins. And then you've gone for Ice Climbers in 4th, which, yeah, okay, I can see that. Ranked 29th with 8 wins. And then a real risky one here, but you've gone for Greninja, who did get relegated, but was one of your better fighters with 8 wins. So despite the fact that you didn't have a great Ultimate Dream Team, you've managed to put a good team of 5 together. So, Makawewe, I mean, Jamie's already got a trophy, so is he going to go for the double? I don't know who's rooting for who, but it's against you, Jay. Everyone's going to be on Makawewe's side. Which means you're definitely going to win, because your team is quite strong. You start with DK. Well, you've got all Gorilla Limon and Cosmo Vipers fighters in your team, the first and second teams in the team tournament, so that's a good start. You start with DK, then going into Sephiroth and Sonic, so similar to what Makawewe's got, and then you've got Captain Falcon, one of the best Beta League fighters, and you've gone for Meta Knight as well, who only got 6 wins, but I get why you picked him. Boom did tell me he was close to picking Cloud, but Cloud, he'd forgotten he was in his team, so wasn't worth bringing through. So we've looked at the 5v5 in the orders that I've said, and we are about to watch the Synergy tourney play out. So good luck to both of you guys. A trophy is on the line. Let's see who wins. Okay guys, I change of this Synergy and Valiant Tourney finals, by the way, is there will be no time limit because it's only one fight. So it's going to be quite intense. No time. So it's a flat level. Anything can happen. It's going to be chaotic. So just to cover one more time in Boom Makalaka, Makawewi's team of Yellow Banjo, Yellow Sonic. I've gone for shirtless Sephiroth. I feel like you'd appreciate it. Greninja with a yellow tongue. Obviously because you guys support Gorilla Limon, hence the yellow. And then in the blue corner, yes, that way. In the blue corner, you have DK. Well, you don't just have DK. You have Lim La Vida Loca and Jamie. The most improved team, pulling out his improved fighters of DK in yellow. Sephiroth with a little hint of yellow, but top on. Sonic. Captain Falcon in full yellow. He looks golden, he's so yellow. And then Meta Knight in yellow as well. All of them. And the final is about to play out. Our teams are ready. Here we go for the Synergy. One of these guys has not won a trophy this season, the other has. So who are you going to root for? Do we want to see the double for Jamie, or do we want to see a first win for Mac? But let's see what happens here. I feel like you deserve it for the most committed. I called them two the biggest tryhards. Banjo throwing the, I don't know the name of that Pokemon, it's quite a long name, but managed to do some damage on DK. He picks up his own Pokemon, it's a Lugia. One of my favourite Pokemon as well. And if that hits Banjo, that could do some damage, but Banjo is fighting. Never gives up. Hopefully we haven't lost anything. And it is a close fight. No time limit, we could be here all day at this point, but it's DK who picks up his final smash and an assist trophy. Both of those things combined were not enough to kill Banjo, who is kicking ass and taking names here. Okay, the assist trophy finally killed off Banjo, so it is Lim La Vida Loca and Jamie who takes first blood. But out comes Sonic the Hedgehog, not one of the best fighters of the series, but pulled out some amazing Sapphire League wins to... Oh, it doesn't matter what, because DK has slammed Sonic off the screen, and DK is so hench right now. He has picked up the killer item, and it can Sephiroth. No, Sephiroth's gone small, so he's vulnerable. DK is causing so much pain. He's taken on the third best fighter and is making light work of him. Sephiroth gets picked up by the Miracle, and I think DK's going to do this whole thing by himself. Sephiroth is gone. Okay, next up, here we go. Ice Climbers. Okay, they get a good attack there on DK, and I thought DK was going to be finished there, but he's not. His presence is dominating the screen at the moment. He picks up the assist trophy. It landed straight on his head. And is the school bus going to take away Ice Climbers? It's going to try, but it misses. And then returns. It's hit Ice Climbers. It's tried to take one of them away, but they escape. Surely DK is going to fall at some point here. No. He literally throws a drill, and DK is holding on. And do you know what? Ice Climbers have fallen. So DK is taking out the whole team, 5-1 at the moment, and only Greninja is left to do some damage as DK absolutely destroying, which means that Jamie could be in for getting a second trophy here, and Boom Makalaka and Makawewi could go home with nothing. DK is finally dead, Greninja fights back, starts to pick up all the items, and Sephiroth enters the screen. Let's see if Sephiroth with Shirk can do anything. Greninja, who got relegated versus one of the best fighters, Sephiroth. Didn't have the best tournament though, but there is a final smash there. Can Greninja get it? It probably is only hope. No, Sephiroth gets it, so Greninja is in big trouble here. Oh no, Sephiroth's lost it. Tries to get it again, and Greninja is fighting so good right now, considering everything. Okay, it's still alive, and the final smash is still just floating around. I don't know what Greninja's doing. But it wasn't enough as Sephiroth wins, which means that Jamie, you have ended up winning both the Growth Tourney and the Synergy Tourney as well. So for your dedication to Gorilla Limon, it's finally pulled through, and we didn't even get to see Sonic, Captain Falcon and Meta Knight fight as DK put in such a shift. And Macawairi, my condolences to you, my friend. You deserved so much more, but you were just whitewashed by DK there, showing why he was one of the best fighters. Only second to Ganondorf. So DK did it, which means that Limon La Vida Loca, Jamie, you have won your second trophy today. Congratulations, my friend. Well done. So Jamie takes home the double. Congratulations, Jay, once more. That was a ferocious victory in the Synergy Tourney. And all that's left now, before we go on to the Ultimate Dream Team winner, is to talk, and not talk, let's just watch it, the Valiant Tourney. And we are going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the teams. And we're going to start with our first finalist, who is my brother Jimmy and Mega Drive. So, who have you picked for the Valiant Tourney? The tourney in which you've got through, I can't remember how many rounds, 4 rounds maybe? 4 rounds to get to this final point, and well, let's just see if you can carry it on. So for Mega Drive, Jimmy, you have gone for, starting with Sephiroth, who didn't fight too well there in the Synergy Tourney, so sketchy in picking him. He's not had the best season. Then you've gone for Bowser, who has 10 wins this series, so the same as Sephiroth. Hasn't felt like it, but Bowser obviously did win a tourney, so congratulations to Bowser. And then you've got a couple of fossil fuels on your team with Mega Man, who's had 7 wins, so pretty poor, but not much to choose from, really, and the sort of lower half. But you have got some great fighters, and they're who you're going to end with. Pyra and Mithra, who are ranked 10th, 14 wins this series, and Richter as well for the Cosmo Vipers, ranked 12th, 13 wins this series. So it's actually a team that you stuck with for the semi-finals, but you have changed it around a bit. And surprise, surprise, your opponent has done the exact same thing. So Big Nath has also gone for the same lineup, but in a different order. So let's cover the Mighty Clucks and Big Nath's team. You've gone for Byleth, your all-star, ranked 2nd with 15 wins this series. So finishing above Sephiroth, and they will go head-to-head in the first round. And then you've got Richter, just like Jimmy has, in 2nd place rather than last though. In 3rd, you've got Joker, one of the newcomers who got 11 wins, ranked 24th, so he will be a pro, but only just. And then Banjo, who actually was one of the sort of better fighters that was in Boo Makalaka's team in the Synergy final, putting a good shift against DK before DK just went crazy. So Banjo looks like a good shout. And Link, 3 wins this series. I have not got much to go on with Link, so maybe a bit of a wild card there, but here we go for the Valiant Tourney final and our second final of the day. Let it roll, Scotty on the other screen. Thank you, Scott from the other screen, and welcome to the Valiant Tourney final. So, just to go through it again, Mega Drive, your team in red, which is maybe that way for you guys, is Sephiroth, Bowser, Mega Man, Pyra Mithra and Richter versus Big Nath and the Mighty Clubs on this side maybe. And that is Byleth, Richter, Joker, Banjo and Kazooie and Link. So, the Mega Drive team who support the fossil fuels all in black versus Big Nath who supports the energy source in a team full of like bluey colours, as blue as I could get. And here we go, the final of the Valiant Tourney is finally here. Let's see what happens. I hope that Byleth's blue anyway. She had green hair, but let's see. So here we go with an amazing first round between Sephiroth and Byleth, 2 all-stars. Oh, it's going to be good. And let's see who gets the advantage. Now, Byleth obviously is ranked higher in 2nd, but Sephiroth is notoriously a very good fighter. But at the moment, Sephiroth hasn't landed a hit as Byleth is decimating. Good for the Mighty Clucks. Hopefully it'll be a bit closer than the Synergy Tourney final. Okay, both fighters aren't going for it though, which they did in the Synergy Tourney final. Could have gone either way. All Banjo needed to do was beat DK and it all would have been very different. Anyway, we move on to this fight in which Sephiroth is losing to Byleth. It looks like Byleth is in control here. But Sephiroth does land a good attack. Decides to not go for the assist trophy, which I feel was a big reason why DK managed to win in that last round. He picked up so many assist trophies. Sephiroth has gone for the assist trophy now. Is that going to cause trouble for Byleth? I'm not sure unless she walks into that cloud, which she's disappeared at the moment, so God knows what's going on. She tried to fire an arrow at Sephiroth, and Sephiroth tried to fire a fireball back, but nothing happened. It is close. I don't know what's going on with Byleth, to be honest. Okay, it's equally as tight as the first round, and it's Sephiroth who comes out on top. Can he carry on as DK did, or is Richter going to fight back? Sephiroth with an amazing combo, almost broken. Not enough to defeat Richter though. Sephiroth picks up an assist trophy. It's a Thwomp. Richter doesn't want to get hit by that. Sephiroth currently dominating. There's a green shell there. Richter couldn't use it to his advantage. But does get hit by the Thwomp, so Richter's lost some big damage there. There are final smashes on the level. One of them is a fake and would cause mass destruction. But Sephiroth picks up the final smash. The real one. Both characters avoiding the fake one. They're not fooled by that. They're AI. Oh, okay, maybe Sephiroth is, who destroys it. Gets knocked off the level, so Richter now has a chance to get the final smash. But we've got another Titan of Bowser on screen. Might not be enough though, as Richter picks up the final smash. Is he going to use it? No, he's going to get knocked out. No one's using the final smash, so Bowser gets ahead and knocks Richter off the screen. Up steps Joker. Can he make it level, or can Bowser do some damage beforehand? Okay, Joker is fighting pretty well. Okay, Bowser throws Joker. There's an explosive there, and Bowser just decides to explode it and lose most of his HP. Joker picks up a Fletchling, not the best Pokemon that he could have got there, but he is causing carnage to Bowser now, who can barely touch the floor. Just where he wants him. Joker needs to keep him there, knocks Bowser off screen, and that could be good for the Mighty Clarks. A lot closer than our last round. Both finalists deserving to be here. Big Nate did get some luck actually, but you know, you've got to have luck to win. And I don't know who's got that big old moon, but Joker could be in trouble if it's not him. No, it's Joker picked it up. It was Mega Man who was affected by it, so both fighters are quite level at the moment. Mega Man having a really terrible series, but can he fight back against Joker? Joker's not giving up. Okay, the assist trophy has been thrown. So Mega Man in the driving seat there as Joker is knocked off screen, and here comes Banjo, one of the best fighters of Series 3, facing off against Mega Man. On paper, it's all Banjo, but anything could happen, especially with the final smash on the level. Who is going to get it first? Is it going to be Banjo, or is it going to be Mega Man? It is Banjo. Banjo needs this to catch up and to be level. But he needs to just use it, which the fighters don't seem to be doing. He's got them for the assist trophy, which will help him. Oh yeah, she has. She's knocked Mega Man right off the screen, and Banjo's done the best move to keep his final smash, so maybe he's saving it for Pyromithra. But he does want to land it first. Pyromithra, not an easy battle, but we've got a very close match here. Hey, Banjo does use it, but he misses. What a wasted opportunity there from Banjo. But throws the drill, and Banjo is now in the driving seat against Pyromithra, who are choosing Pyro at the moment. Also picked up a beam sword. I thought the screen went dark for a reason, but it's because I hadn't pressed anything in a while. Okay, so we're still going strong. Okay. Banjo smashing Pyromithra at the moment. Throws the bomb thing. I don't know what happened to the bomb thing. It didn't explode. Banjo with a critical hit there. But Pyromithra throw that bomb. That could be... It's not the end of Banjo, but they are fighting super well. It is close. Pyromithra throw a Pokeball. It's a Dedenne. It's not enough to kill Banjo as they've killed Pyromithra, and Richter steps up. Can Richter take as much damage as he can before Banjo wins? Richter can, so we go down to sudden death. Richter versus Link. On paper, Richter's got this, but what can happen here? Link, only 3 wins this series. I think I said that about Mega Man, but that's not true, is it? Yeah, more than that. But Link is kicking ass here and taking out Richter. Picked up the Super Scope. Richter counters it. Needs to pick up that health thing. He does. But the Super Scope is a dangerous weapon. And it's landed and Link wins, which means that Richter is out and the underdog, the mighty Clarks, who have lucked their way through to so much. The mighty Lux, just thought of that, managed to win the Valiant tourney. So Big Nath, one of our new teams who entered with the mighty Clarks, has won the Valiant trophy, which means that Jimmy, so sorry for my brother, he's just missed out on the Valiant tourney and I'm not going to hear the end of it, but congratulations to Big Nath, and now all that's left is to find out who won the Ultimate Dream Team Championship. Don't go anywhere. So congratulations to Big Nath once again. So the winner of the Valiant tourney, Big Nath, and the winner of the Growth tourney and the Synergy tourney go to Jamie, who takes the double. Now you guys will get your trophies and they will be nice little trophies with the little diamond shaped things. I think I showed you at one point, but you'll see it eventually, and congratulations. But the main trophy to get is your fighter on that podium, and that fighter is whoever your best fighter is in your team, because you want to remember why your team smashed it. So who is going to get that? Is it going to be, well, we know who it was closer between, but let's not ruin anything, because someone may have crept up there. Probably not. But anyway, let's have a look. So we start the Ultimate Dream Team Championship at the bottom with our bottom 4. So in 16th place, the Wonder Boys and Austin coming last in that and the Growth tourney. It's been a bad one for you, my friend. In 15th, Longboy Bob with probably one of your worst performances in 15th. Staroids with 70 points. So still 7 above the Wonder Boys. So not too bad. Team Nuggets in 14th with 72, and then Boom Makalaka in 13th with 74 points. I've used the wrong logo. You have Lucario as your logo. Can only apologise. That's Jamie's logo, so he's destroying your life. Anyway, we move on to the next 4, in which we have King K Rule Rules, Rosie, our winner from last time, in 12th with 80 points, or joint 11th with, wait, what? As OG Nath manages to come 11th in both as well with a solid 80. Benny P making his way into the top 10 just about with the Push Trap Patriots on 81, and above them is the pit crew, Rachel, getting 83, so 2 points. Must have been Inkling who got you all those points. Let's have a look. Inkling got you 8 wins. Congratulations. Never going to forget. And then we go to our next 4, who is Gizru United. So Gizru, one of our new competitors, coming 8th. Mega Drive, Jimmy slipping down the ranks a little bit in that last tourney. You moved down 3 places from the last Beta League that, I think it was Beta League 7. After that, you've moved down 3 ranks. But Jordan and the Bunda squad moving up into 6th place. So did a lot better in this than the Growth Trophy. And then in 5th place, Lim La Vida Loca, but Jamie won't mind as he's already won 2 trophies today. So top 5, not half bad on 101. So we do have a shock 4th place, and that is, when I can find it, there it is. That is Ash, and we will rock you with 103. You moved up 6 places in those last tournaments because you had Steve as your star fighter. Because Steve got you so many points when he won the Ruby League. So overall, incredible performance. So well done for coming 4th. In 3rd place, and the winner of the Valiant tourney, is Big Nath and the Mighty Clucks on 114. Which is a good solid 3rd, and you should be proud of yourself for coming 3rd, because the top 2 were very close and decimated everyone else. The luck was just going their way. And last time I left you guys at the end of the Beta League, number 7, there was a 14-point gap between 1st place, who was Nippleback, and 2nd place, who was the Fruity Fellas and 3rd Lemon. So the battle of 3rd Lemon and Chode went underway. So we went into the Alpha League first. Now, it was obvious that Third Lemon was, well, going to get quite a few points because she'd starfighted Steve. And Steve would have got 10 points automatically. So 5 for the crystal win and then 5 for your extra. He also would have got the extra win just for winning. So that's 6. So you got 12 points and made that deficit 2. So it was up to the other fighters. However, Chode was not giving up as Ganondorf was fighting well. You only had 3 fighters as well, Chode, but Ganondorf did enough to keep you above Third Lemon in that final round. I think it was 2 points. I think there was 2 points in it and you was first, and Third Lemon, you still remained second after Alpha League number 8. You had Simon, Little Mac and Isabel, so 4 fighters, which means going into the final Beta League, I don't know if you was all counting, but the Fruity Fellas, you had 4 fighters, and Chode, you had 5, so the odds were in your favour. However, it never ends too easily. However, let's recap what happened with Chode, who was in first place and just needed a good tournament. Chode, here we go. You had 5 fighters and 4 of them were knocked out in the first round, so you got no points there and only 1 fighter got through. You both starfighted Snake, so Snake got knocked out, so none of you got bonus points for that, so Snake was a dud in those last 2. Mega Man went on to win 1 more fight and that was it. So you managed to get a good few points above Third Lemon, but only by 3 at this point. So work it out from there. Third Lemon lost Snake, she lost Ness, Zelda got through 1 and then was knocked out. So that's 1 point. So there's 2 points or so in it. My numbers might be a bit wafty, but we know what happened then is the pick of the tourney. The Fruity Fellas had Captain Falcon in her team. So what happened? Captain Falcon won 1, Captain Falcon won 2, took it past the draw line, and then Captain Falcon went on to win Beta League 8, which means in second place is Chode and Nippleback on 123, and the winners of the Ultimate Dream Team coming from 14 behind with 2 tournaments left, and newcomer to Smash Com Tourney of Tourneys is Third Lemon and the Fruity Fellas on 127 points. So well done to Third Lemon. You thoroughly deserve that there. It was incredible, to be honest. As I was watching those points go up and not telling you guys, it was like torture. But Third Lemon, you won Ultimate Dream Team, and I can prove it. And I thought I'd be more prepped than this, which is worse because here's the even bigger secret. I'm wearing shorts, baby. Damn right. I suited up partially because it's really fucking hot in here. But I wasn't expecting to show you that, so hey ho. It's lucky it wasn't just pants. Shorts and Crocs, baby. Shorts and Crocs. Anyway, where was I going? I'm back. As if I haven't prepped it already. So, Captain Falcon was your best fighter with 18 wins. Here we go. You gained plus 32 points from your Starfighter picks, which was one of the highest. Actually, Chode got more points than you, but that's the way it goes. Captain Falcon with wins this series. I've put there 15, but he got 18. Must have slipped. Simon with 16, Steve with 16, Snake with 16. So many fighters there on high numbers. Isabel on 15. Now, your last 3 fighters weren't the best. Zelda on 6, Little Mac on 5 and Ness on 3, but it was enough to have some of the best fighters of this season. I mean, considering Ganondorf got 19 overall, Captain Falcon was only short 1 of him, and just such a good team, and you deserve this trophy of Captain Falcon. There we go. There it is. Ultimate Dream Team Champion, Third Lemon, and it says Smash Com Tourney of Tourneys. Ultimate Dream Team Champion, Series 3. The Fruity Fellas. So congratulations once again, Third Lemon. I hope this sits in prime position in your house at Slangs. And poor old McAway, we can look at it all the time. To an almost trophy, but guys, and to be fair to McAway, let's give some credit. He got Third Lemon involved, so he deserves credit there. And then the tactic was, in case you want hints for next series, just to pick people who had normal names. That is what won the Fruity Fellas and Third Lemon this trophy. So, congratulations, and, well, that's been Series 3. Have I got anything else here to show you? I haven't. That's it. Series 3. We have 4 winners, 4 trophy holders that will go down in Smash Com history. And what's going to happen next time? We get to Series 4 and all the fighters swap tiers. So you can't just pick the same bunch. They all go to different teams. So who are you going to support next time? Remember, you can win a trophy through supporting a team. So make sure you do support your team. Jamie, from the very beginning, supported Limon La Vida Loca. And by praising DK, DK smashed it for him in the Synergy final. But it's such a random tournament, but is it? Because Ganondorf smashed it once again. Ganondorf being one of the best fighters. If Chode, you had won and you put in such a good fight for second place, if you would have won, poor old Jamie would have got some absolute stick. So I'm glad that Third Lemon got the victory there. But if you did win, you'd have had a trophy of Ganondorf, who the Wonder Boys and Austin got in Series 1. So is it random? Who knows? Who do you pick next time? But until that time, it's been an absolute blast, and thank you everyone who's been involved in Series 3. It's been incredible. It's been nice to have the record amount of numbers of 16 people, lots of new rules, lots of new prizes, and you've all just been really supportive. So thank you guys. It's honestly been incredible, and I don't know when I'm going to be back. I know I'm going to be taking a break because it's taken up so much of my life. So who knows when I'll be back, but thanks for all being patient and thanks for just enjoying it and giving me feedback. It's been awesome, but it's time I take a little rest. So from Energy Scott to the Smash Com Tourney of Tourney fans out there,